Hi guys, something special for you today. We have here what seems to be the remains of a Soviet missile gyro platform. So we have aluminum disc with sensors mounted on it. There is two of these models with obviously one missing ear. You can see the mounting screws and cut wires. And two of another kind. I believe these are gyroscopes, single axis gyroscope. It should be mounted in XYZ axis, and two accelerometers in two axes, like so, as the according to the arrows on it. So first about the structural plate. Here we have aluminum disc, as you can see, and die-cast aluminum with some logo here. It must be either the factory logo or the material. It says AL2 in Cyrillic. We have here 4 mounting screws. We have here one sealed pipe for vacuuming, it seems, and electrical connections with glass pass-through. And as you can see, this is sealed with epoxy, as this pipe here and the screw heads. And here all around you can see the remains of what seems to be probably an aluminum cover, sealed aluminum cover covering the whole thing. And it looks like it was cut with chisels or something like this, and it did actually do some damage to the cover here, to the internal parts. Okay, now about the wiring of these units. You can see we have the wire harness coming out here, well, coming in exactly, and we have some parallel wiring on these gray units. The three yellow wires are in parallel, so I guess it may be a three-phase power supply to the gyro motor. We have black wiring, which is also in parallel for each one. The only single wire is the white one. So it looks like it may be the output. About these other units, we have, it seems, parallel wiring here, here and here, and two single wires, which may be output. So here we have serial number, model number and serial number. It seems it is for 15 Gs of acceleration. Here serial number also for these units. Okay, now I will last thing. Here we have two power resistors, not very interesting. Okay, now I will unscrew this one of each, and we will try to have a look inside. Okay, so first about this gyro unit here. I did remove the screws, so yes, it is coming off. I do not want to cut the wires, so I will try to move the heat rings here all the way back, then I will be able to remove the cover. It should be good enough, like so. So we have two covers, as you can see. So first one, I believe this one, there is a seal here, but if I remember correctly, I did already remove it. So maybe I can just loosen it a little bit like so, and it will come off. No. So guys, we will open the seal. No choice here. Put a screwdriver in it, and until you find the head screw, you screw the head of the screw. This one is too big. So I will see if I can put back this thing in shape before I install it. If not, I will not put it back in place. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we have one screw removed here, and we have other ones all around. No, if I use a torque screwdriver for a slotted screw, it will not work. Definitively not a good idea. So, 2 screws. Two other ones, and guys, for the first time ever, I will have a look in this under this cover. The other cover, but the seal is broken, so I did already probably have a look at the other side, but not here. So, wow, guys, it is cute, as you can see. Very, very cute. It may deserve flicker photos even. Maybe I will unsolder these wires, and I will be able to put this device on display. So here we have the gyro wheel, ball bearing here on this side. Yes, as you can see, I was right, the yellow wires go inside the gyro wheel, it seems. So it is the power supply for the gyro wheel. The other wires go at this on this side. So it is a really a beautiful thing here. Now if I remove these screws, we will have a view probably to the sensing side for generating output, some kind of output signal. So what do we have? We have one potentiometer, in fact, as you can see. Do you see? Yes, it is in the frame. So we have a very tiny wire wound potentiometer with tiny wiper wires here. Some articulation here, as you can see, ball joint. So yes, in fact, it is a single axis accelerometer. Oh, no, excuse me, gyroscope. So really interesting. Here is the complete view of the system for you. Yes, it moves on this axis, and it will impact this potentiometer. So really, and it is really nicely made. Okay, so we put back this one together, and we will have a look at the other units. Okay, so just 2 details before we open this unit. I did receive the thing in this exact condition, with already the open cover and the missing gyro. So I do not know if the gyro was salvaged for repairing, actually repairing another unit, or if someone did just want to tinker with it and have a look in it. And about the dead code on the resistors, they are 1982. Okay, now I did unscrew this unit here. Same thing, we have two covers. I need to slide the heat sinks in order to be able to remove the cover. So first we have a look at this top one, I guess. There is something quite delicate to remove. It is a slotted nut. You need to remove it with little very fine pliers or some kind of needle as here. And I do already know it will be a real pain to pack back in place this thing. Here we are, very small. Now we have how many? One screw here, so it will be easy enough. And two screws on the back cover, which is damaged by the opening action of the case, sadly. So here, what do we have? I try to slide this cover as far as possible, but it is not easy. So it looks like it is more or less the same thing. It's really not easy on this one. Yes, we have a moving part with back here a wire wound potentiometer and ball joint here. So it is quite similar on this side at least. Other side we have just a view of a wire wound potentiometer. So at least this back cover will be easier to remove completely and will allow to see the insides better. Okay, we have this part is mounted on ball bearings here, so it moves on this axis. Yes, it is coherent with this arrows here. So I believe what it does, yes, with acceleration, it is pushed by the inertia. It's inertia on one axis, and it must allow to measure the rate of acceleration. By the way, it moves a very little bit, not more than this 1 degree, maybe something like so. And here we have some contact which seems to be actuated by a moving part inside here. Quite weird, but I cannot see much in fact, so cannot give you more details. We have here handwritten serial number, which is matching this one stamped on the cover, of course. And it is all for this little unit. You can see the very nice covers over the bearings here with 3 screws. Here is the back side, and sadly I can really not do much to remove this front cover. It is getting stuck in here, and maybe like so. Yes, it is better. So it is exactly the same setup as the other one, as you can see. Two sets of 3 tiny wipers, wire wound resistor, and a moving part like so. Okay, so now I know it will be a pain to put back together. Of course. So I will probably finish it off camera, but before it, I am something else to show you of the same kind of device. We have two more units here, and if I remember correctly, I did receive them in the same at the same time than this thing. It was a grab bag of Soviet missile parts on eBay. So this, it is the remains of something which was disassembled, but it seems to be another kind of accelerometer with a weight here, brass weight at the back. Each side we have 6 free ball bearings guiding this metal rod. And here you can see again wire-wound potentiometer with very tiny wipers which are broken by the way on this thing. So it is one of them. Other one I did open it myself with a metal saw. So as you can see we have one axis written here, handwritten model and serial numbers, still Soviet made. On the other side lots of contacts which are connected through very tiny wires to the inner part behind this metal cover. But I do not understand at all how this works, because I will show you the inside. So if I remove this, it comes in 3 parts. Here at the back we have magnets. It seems to be neodymium magnets, but they are fixed and they do not move. So this part does not move. Here we have this part with precision needles. So this must be able to rotate in some kind. You can see we have flat coils here which fit the gap around the magnet here, like so. Inside here I do not know what we have, and here at the back we have the contacts matching these holes here, and actually these contacts had the very fine wires soldered here on them. So it was like so, and it cannot move, or it can only move very little bit. Maybe it is what it was doing in fact. It was allowed to move a very little bit with flex wires here. And here we can see some kind of motor stator setup, probably. With here a magnetic core made of metal plates. Okay, so it will be 2 times during this video I am interrupted by the doorbell. What was I saying? Yes, we have here some kind of magnetic core made of stamp metal plates, matching here this kind of rotor stator, motor stator, probably with coils winded around. There are screws here, but really, even if I remove them, I will go nowhere because we have a solder seal all around here. So yes, I think it was just allowed to move a very little bit like so. Maybe we can see if I remove this. Yes. It is weird because, by the way, if you move it over completely on one side, the contacts will touch this metal part and will be all in short circuit. So if it was allowed to move, it was very slight angle without touching the sides. It is really a weird setup. We have here set screws with probably for counterweight. What do we have else? We have 3 wires going inside here and 2 wires traveling to this part and connecting this set of coils which are mounted in a serial set of coils. Maybe there are 2 sets, yes, but they are connected of a series of 2 sets of 3 coils. So there must be something else inside, but as you can see, it is completely sealed with solder. So maybe I will open it one day, I will see. Okay, so I will put this back together now. Thanks for watching, bye bye.